Hey, this is Tim at Volgistics with your tip of the week for August 15, 2022. Now, sometimes it's important to know when a volunteer record is updated. It's especially the case when you're trying to keep two separate systems, like a volunteer system and a donor system, up to date. But Volgistics does not automatically keep any kind of a date record to indicate when a volunteer's profile or contact information was last updated. However, you can use a spare field on the Profile tab to help track this information. So what we'll do is create a custom date field here and put that on the Profile tab. We'll also add it to VicNet so that volunteers can update that when they make changes to the profile. So to get started, we're going to go into Setup, expand Field Options, and go into Profile tab for volunteers. Now here we'll look for one of the available spare fields, and I'm actually going to use spare field 6 so that it always shows up at the bottom. Here we'll of course want to change the field format to date, and we'll change the name here to something like date updated. And then we'll change the hidden field to no so that it will be visible. Now next to require an entry, I'm going to leave this at no. This would require it for system operators. In this case, I want system operators to be able to leave it blank, but I do want to require it for volunteers, and that will be set separately. So I'm all done here. I'm going to click Save, and now we want to add this to VicNet. So we'll choose Setup, and we'll expand VicNet Beta, and go into Profile page for volunteers. We can either add this to an existing section or we can create a new section. In this case, I'm just going to add it to this contact information section. So I will expand that. On the left, I'll expand profile fields and find this new date updated field and just drag it over. So I'll just stick that at the bottom of the contact information. And I do want to make it required so that if they make any kind of an update to the profile, they will have to update this field, the date updated. So you could do this with, say, a checkbox or something like that if you prefer. In this case, I like a date, so that's what we're going to stick with. So I'll click Save here. And now I'm going to go into VicNet for one of my volunteers. All right, and so when we go to the profile page, under contact information, we see this date updated field. So anytime I make any kind of a change here, I'm going to have to enter something in this field. So I'll just put in today's date, 8/15/22. And then if I make any other changes, say I've got some extra skills or my availability changes, I can save that now that that field is completed. Then when you look at this volunteer back in Volgistics, we'll see a date updated here. So that indicates that some kind of a change has been made here. So after I update this volunteer's record in my other system, I can clear this out and save it here. So again, as the system operator, I know that my other record is up to date. And if the volunteer goes and makes any other changes, they'll of course have to enter that again. So this is a good way just to know when those updates happen and make sure that any other systems are up to date as well. If you have any questions about how this works or anything else in Volgistics, I hope that you'll reach out to the support team. Just click support here on the menu and send an inquiry, and we'll get back to you quickly. Thanks for watching, and we'll see you next week.